Let's first start off with this quote. Maybe you haven't seen this exact quote, but have you seen this general idea, this general philosophy towards life, and more specifically towards personal finances? The only certainty is that we never know what tomorrow holds. We live for today. Life is short, so let's enjoy it together while we can. So you get the idea, right? Hey, you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Life is short. Let's have a good time. So what's the point? Why would I ever do this, that, the other, when I don't know what tomorrow will bring? And then this gets woven's the right word, woven into people's personal finance decisions. And it's so silly. And that's why I want to just say, dear young people, we'll call this an open letter. Don't fall for this kind of logic, because it's really, really poor logic. And I'm going to let all of you define whatever young is. I will say for me, I am 39, and I'm glad that I had people around me that kind of had this little pep talk, whatever you want to tell me or call it, because it's really worked out well for me. And again, it's not like I'm some sort of old person. I'm 39, and I can tell you, stay healthy or either get healthy, and at 39, you're going to feel just fine, feel like you have plenty of life ahead of you. And I'm very glad that I did not listen to this general philosophy that will, at the core, lead you to waste money, right? And the other idea is, because tomorrow we don't know what's happening, let's make memories now. Because memories, those was what life's all about, and I agree with all that, but this gets distorted way too often into just a waste of money. So I'm not saying that memories are not great. They are great. But are memories worth it when you go and you're spending money as fast as it comes in to make those memories? Absolutely not, because you don't need to waste your money to have memories. A memory can be just taking a walk, going on a hike. There's so many free things that you can do to form memories, as opposed to, no, the only way I can get a memory is I'm going to go on that vacation, because you don't know what tomorrow may bring. You can't take it with you. So I'm going to use that paycheck. I'm going to use that, which I could be using to invest, or I could be using for this, that, the other. I'm just going to use it now because I want to make that memory, because tomorrow doesn't last. Do you know anybody like that? Let me know in the comment section. Do you know anybody? Have you seen anybody that uses that sort of general justification to essentially spend their money as fast as it comes in? Because I remember being younger and seeing that all the time. And I'm not going to sit here and brag about myself or just tell you my personal story, but I will say one little part of my personal story is one of my most cherished memories now is back in college, sitting there alone on my computer, selling books, which is my first business that I had, first bigger business, while other friends were out going to parties, and I went to Ohio State, so a big school known as a party school, or at least at that point, I think it's still known as a party school, but regardless, there I was at a big party school, not partying, sitting there on a Friday night at my computer working on my book business. Now, I understand from someone to say, Clay, wow, you lost out on a lot of memories. Like that's your memory. And yeah, it's a great memory, because I look back on that as a memory, and I'm so grateful that I made that sacrifice, because not that sacrifice led to having money in my account, led to being able to, graduate debt-free, led to be able to having money left over to get into trading, and then that led to real estate investing, and here we are now. Because I made those sacrifices, and I said, you know what? Yeah, now it's not like I don't have any memories from school, but point being is, sometimes those sacrifices that you make are gonna be some of your best memories, which doesn't necessarily make sense at the time. How could me passing up on going to a party or going to a bar or going to vacation or buying this fancy car or doing this, how could me not doing that right now be less of a memory than, not doing it? Because I'm telling you, in hindsight, where you sit now, when you get older, you're gonna look back and be like, I can't believe I did that, but I'm so glad I did. Like, what sort of kid sits in their dorm room on a Friday night working on a book business when everybody else is around there is out partying? Like, that's such a good memory for me. And you have the same exact opportunity to make those sorts of memories that don't make sense at the time. But I'm telling you, you'll be so glad that you did when you look back and you're not living paycheck to paycheck. You have savings, you have investments, you have passive income, you have all that sort of stuff going on. I'm telling you, those are going to be the best memories you can have. But Clay, you don't know what comes next. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Now, you don't know, but you have a good idea. That's why you look at statistics and data. And the data suggests that You're not going to get run over by a train tomorrow. You're not going to be in a plane crash tomorrow. Nothing bad is going to happen to you tomorrow. Look at the life expectancy rates. Yeah, well, that's not a guarantee. You're right, that's not a guarantee. But if you're going to build your, financial decisions based around outlier statistics, you're not going to find very much success in life, in anything, right? That's the equivalent of me saying to my kid, hey, you know what? Trip, Faye, Dot, I got 5 of them, plenty of examples, but you know what? I'll go with Joy, the oldest. Hey, Joy, you know what? Planes are a great tool. Planes can crash. And then that would carry into, well, yes, Joy, that's what we call an exception to every rule. But if you're basing your financial decisions, your whatever decisions around the exception, which again is an outlier statistical data point, you're not going to have very much success. So just realize that memories are not worth as much as what you think they are in the moment. And the memories that are worth by far the most is those decisions, those tough decisions you make that are going to allow you to have greater opportunity down the line. Because you'll look back and say, you know what? That trip I could have taken, yeah, I'm not refuting that there could have been memories there, but the memory of me just blood, sweat, and tears, sucking it up, that's such a good memory now because it's now allowed me to go on triple the amount of vacations, right? Because I have now triple the amount of money that I would have had. And that's how I look at it. I can do a whole lot of partying right now if I want to, compared to what I would want to then when you're a broke college student, right? It's like a case of beer is like it might as well be gold bars at that point. But now I could buy a whole lot more cases of beer than I could back then. So just realize memories. Yeah, I'm not saying not forming memories, but just don't fall into that trap. If you're surrounded by people and that's your philosophy all the time is, no, come out with us. Never know what tomorrow may bring. Yeah, you do. You're gonna be around for a while. So prep for it, build for it. And then when you get older, and again, I'm only 39, so it's not like I'm some sort of decrepit old man, you can have passive income, and that's a great thing. So I've blabbered on long enough. Like I said, this is kind of a pet peeve, a passion point of mine, because I see way too many people using, basing their models, basing their philosophies, using, rationalizing, using outlier data points, using those exceptions, and it just drives me nuts, which I'm sure you can see. So if you're still watching right now, bless your heart. I'm assuming we're on the same page. So just realize, especially if you're young, make those sacrifices. Those are going to cause the best memories. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.